So continuing on with the fog, next to him was Adrienne Barbeau. This is another one who I've wanted to meet for a while. Adrienne Barbeau. She was also in the original Fog. She was, of course, in Escape from New York and The Swamp Thing and Creep Show. Just a lot of stuff. Adrienne Barbeau, really nice lady as well. Really class act all the way around, just like Tom Atkins. Another legend, just like Tom Atkins as well. We were actually talking a lot about she did a voice on one of my favorite movies growing up, which was Scooby Doo on Zombie Island. So when she was smiling about that, we were talking about that for like 5-10 minutes about Scooby Doo on Zombie Island because she voiced one of the villains in that movie. So we were talking a lot about that. And I had no idea when I was a kid, like, that was your voice and things like that. Because she has, like, sort of like a French sort of accent that the voice has, which was pretty cool. Never knew that was Adrienne Barbeau until when I was much older. I'm like, oh my god, that's Adrienne Barbeau's voice from The Fog and Escape from New York. Like, wow, that's awesome. So we were talking a lot about that. Just a really awesome lady. And she also really enjoyed the quote that I picked out for her for The Fog and things like that. So, and she also signed in blue, just like Tom Atkins did, and it turned out fantastic. I'm really enjoying this piece so far. So hopefully, maybe when Charles Cyphers gets added to a convention in the future, maybe I'll get him next, because there's not many people from the Fog that are still around anymore. You know, Janet Leigh, no, Hal Holbrook just passed away this year. I mean, I have Tom Atkins on there and Adrienne Barbeau, and Charles Cyphers is probably the only, maybe John Carpenter one day, but I don't know how often he does cons and things like that. But maybe John Carpenter one day on there. But Charles Cyphers definitely would be the next one I would get. So here is my picture with Adrienne Barbeau. And a picture of Adrienne Barbeau signing the Fog poster. And her autograph on there. Okay, guys. Last up here that I met, I saved for last, Alex Winter. This is really the main reason why I went up here, other than Zach Galligan, was Alex Winter. I've always wanted to get Alex Winter for the longest time. I was thinking about getting him on Lost Boys, but I actually got him on Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, which is one of my favorite comedies of all time. So, and for Alex Winter, I didn't know if he had like a mini poster on his table of the original movie, which I really wanted, and he didn't. But he did have a cool looking 11 by 17 of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, which is like a fan made poster that I guess someone did, and it's so cool. Like, they have all the characters on there. They have, you know, Billy the Kid and Rufus and Beethoven and Bill and Ted on there, and you have Ted's dad on the cover and all the other political figures on there, historical figures. They have Bernie Casey on the lower right hand corner. You'll see it when I get to the picture, but it's a really cool looking poster. So I had to get him on that. Alex Winter was a really, really nice guy, a very chill guy, a very nice guy. I asked him how he was doing. He said he was doing great. He asked me if I was doing good. I'm like, I'm doing great. I said to Alex Winter, like, I have a quote made out for you. He's like, he's like, yeah, let me see what you got. So I handed him my index card, and he actually started laughing. He's like, wow, okay, because I don't think he really gets that quote that often for Bill and Ted. It's actually my favorite quote of his from the movie. So he was laughing about that. Things like that. So Alex Winter was a really cool experience just to finally meet Bill from Bill and Ted. Is a lot of fun. It was just a lot of fun. Here is my picture with Alex Winter. And here's a picture of Alex Winter signing the Bill and Ted 11 by 17 poster. and the autographed item. And another cool thing about Alex Winter is that he's saying that, like, with the poster, it'd be kind of hard to, like, write it because, like, you can't really see in certain spots. He was writing in spots where you can see it clearly, and he's like, and he was like looking up at me, kind of like saying like, oh, I'm just trying to write it so you can read it clearly. I'm like, oh, you're doing you're doing good, Alex. You're doing good, because he didn't want to mess it up and things like that. Because he was saying to me like, I don't want to mess this up, and I'm gonna get it right the first time. So he was really, really nice, making sure my autograph came out okay and things like that. So yeah, that was all the autographs and celebrities. Now I'll show you guys the two pickups. Hold on one second. Here we go. I went to the Vinegar Syndrome table, and they had slip covers here, which I was really happy to get. So the first one, Fade to Black, which was cool. Finally have the slip cover for that one. And the newer one that came out, because I actually wore my Andrew Dice Clay shirt, and a few congoers were commenting on the Andrew Dice Clay shirt and things like that, so they love my shirt. And the Vinegar Syndrome guy was telling me about how he loved my dice shirt, and he's like, I have a movie here that has dice in it that I think you'll be really impressed by, that we have. And sure enough, here it was. He was talking about this, Whatever It Takes on Blu-ray, which is a newer release from Vinegar Syndrome. And this is the one that's the limited edition of 5,000 with the slipcover. This is number 2,711. And actually comes out like this. Oh. Comes out like this. And actually has a reversible artwork. You can have it either flip it on this side, or you can have the DVD cover, which I always remember this cover the best. Pretty cool looking though, new artwork though on the newer cover. So yeah, those were the two pickups there. And also I wanted to throw this in at the very end. I got to meet my friend K. Jason Link. So we took a little selfie together on my phone. So here's the photo of that. And that is pretty much the entire recap. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.